Hey party people, it's Anthony with the Career Management Platform, and I wanted to reach out and throw up a quick video today. First of all, extending our utmost hope that you and your family are safe and healthy, and that you're still taking all the necessary precautions to survive this pandemic and thrive through it. We will get through it. There will be a tomorrow, and just do your part, right? So I wanted to reach out because of, certainly a couple of things that we're hearing in the market today. But more so, I wanted to give a point of focus, right? I heard today the phrase that anger is a luxury, and I think anxiety is a luxury too, right? And for those that are thinking about how this situation affects their career, I wanted to give you a couple of things. Number one, I want to talk to the currently employed. If you are currently employed, and again, remember, just a couple of weeks back, we were in the midst of a booming economy, 10 years into a bull market, everything was going well on the whole, right? So I want to give you something to start, and I want to give you something to stop. I want you to stop. I'll start with that first of all. I want you to stop worrying. I want you to stop with any of the anger of the situation and on how unfair it is. I want you to stop with the anxiety and worrying about what is going to happen in the near future, because again, that's a luxury at some times. And I'm going to give you, it's useless, right? There's nothing that your anger and there's nothing that your anxiety is going to produce. Nothing good comes of it, right? Outside of just tearing up your stomach. But I also want to give you something to start. And it's silly when you think about it, but I really want you to hunker down, and I want you to start taking initiative. I want you to take more initiative than you did yesterday. And this is what I mean. So if you're currently working, you have a job, if you have the luxury of working from home, kudos to you. I want you, and even if you don't have the luxury of working from home and you are in an hourly role, or if you're an essential employee and you have to go into the office or to your function, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I want you to see that things exist beyond your spectrum, right? Beyond your scope of vision. I want you to see if what you can do to make life easier for the people to your right and to your left, the people above you in the chain and below you in the chain. And I want you to see what you can do to make things better for your organization and the customers you serve. That takes a lot of empathy, and it does take initiative, right? And that's what I want you to start. I want you to start initiative. Here's why I want you to do this. First off, it gives you a focus. It takes your eye off of the horrible pandemic crisis that we're facing, and it gives you something, a goal, right? And it is also something that is in your control. This is the antithesis of what I said earlier about anger and anxiety. Initiative is the complete opposite of that, and it's something for you to do, right? And everybody is all right, ultimately, in a mental state when you have something that you can do. You can exert your will on this situation. Now, if you're not working, I want to speak to those who are currently unemployed. It might be by choice. You maybe had left your job previously, were exploring your options in a great market, or you may have just gotten riffed by your current company, and if that's the case, that's horrible, and I'm sorry to hear that. But remember, what we are going through right now is a temporary situation. There was a start to this. There will be an end to this. Do your part right now to get through it so that you can see it to the other side. And that means if you're told to shelter in place, do what you got to do. Even if you're not told to shelter in place, do the smart thing, right? But here's what you can stop doing. Stop dwelling on it, because it is what it is, right? Sorry, but that's just facts. We deal in facts. The second thing is, this is what I want you to start doing. I want you to start reaching out and brokering information. This is valuable. So if you, in your personal situation, you right there, if you're watching this or listening to this, and you don't have a bit of good news going on in your life right now and you're worried about things, stop with the worry. Talk to enough people where you can get a kernel of good news. And it might be that, your neighbor, is their company's hiring because they switched their product line and they need help. Or you might hear that a company that you are familiar with because they did business with your prior companies, or you just know of them, that they are steady and they're not having to lay off anybody because their product mixes. Whatever it is, I want you to be a central hub of good news and information, and I want you to network. What's that? It doesn't mean you get on the phone right now and call everybody looking for a job. This is the wrong time to do that, right? But if you do reach out to people, and I encourage you to, either through email, through LinkedIn, or just phone calls, because everything is virtual right now, nobody's pressing the flesh and kissing babies. What I want you to do is to look for the good, look for the positive. If nothing you do right now is anything but trying to find that positive and then pass it along, a couple of things happen. Number one, it changes your state, right? Because you're not then focused on the negative. But the second thing is you create a tremendous amount of goodwill, and you're known by the people that you're connecting with as someone who is positive and uplifting and outreaching. Those things are it's like putting a deposit in the bank that you're going to withdraw on later. So when this thing turns around, and mark my words, it will. This is my third recession. This one is different because it started on a dime and it will snap back as such, okay? Trust me, I've been there, I've done that. And so has my partner, Peter. We are in sync on this. So again, if you're working, you have a start-stop. I want you to start looking for the positive and being a good broker of information. I want you to stop worrying. If you're not working right now, I want you to stop dwelling on it. I want you to stop being transactional and just going out and trying to find a job. Find a purpose, right? And broker that information and be a good networker of that. Hopefully that helps. Again, we just wanted to reach out and deliver this and give you a little food, if you would, to kind of get you through this from a career perspective. Certainly encourage you guys to visit us at thecareermanagementplatform.com. Want you to know, and this really reinforces the fact that we are absolute stewards of a self-managed career. So if you were on that kick prior to this, that's fantastic. If you weren't, you now realize that things exist outside of your control, and ultimately it is up to you to drive your success and be happy in a professional capacity. So visit us, take our career assessment, get a really good vision of where you're at, and feel free to join us on the follow-up calls. If you need us, reach out. Again, Anthony from thecareermanagementplatform.com. Be well and be safe.